Hey tubers, it's me again. Hey, I'm going to do something here a little bit different than I normally do because I just got my new tripod in. So I'll be able to use two hands and show you what's going on. So anyways, I couldn't find the carburetor kit for this Stihl Bravo Golf 86. So what I ended up doing was I just ordered up the carburetor. It took a couple days. Pretty fast, but let's see. This is the part number that was on the bag when it came in. Let's see if I can get that to focus for you. That's the part that I got. So there's that. Came in this box. It looks exactly like the old one, except for it does not say Zama on the bottom. Everything else looks exactly the same. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to do a continuous video. I'm going to take and show you how to take and install this thing. And I'm just going to prime it and pull it and see if this thing just will make it run right out of the box without any tinkering. So here we go. Focus. And here's what we got to do first. There's T25 screws. There's 4 of them up here on the handle. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to take those out. I see a lot of guys leave this handle on. They'll go in here with pliers. That's too much work and aggravation to try to get that throttle linkage. So I don't do that. And then down here, we got 1, 2. There's another down there in the bottom corner there. There's another T25. So those 3 will pull that orange housing off, and then the handle. So I'm going to do that real fast while you guys are watching. I use an impact wrench to take things off. I never use an impact wrench to take and put things back together. So I'll make sure that we're still in focus. And let's go. Make sure we're in the right direction. There's 1. There's 2. And here's the 3rd one. Down here. Pull the spark plug. Cover up. Shroud comes off. Let's see. Make sure that I'm going to keep you guys here in the picture. So that's what it looks like now. Now I'm going to take and pull those 4 screws up out of the handle. This is all new to me, guys, using this tripod. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. So now the handle comes off right there. That out of the way. Spark plug boot, we got that off. And then here's what makes it so easy. Just take and pull this linkage right out of the trigger, and then give it a twist, and that linkage comes right out. So now we're over here on the carburetor side. See if I can give you a decent view of that. You're going to take and undo the air cleaner cover. Move that off. Take the filter off. Done. And then inside here, you can actually see there's 2 8mm nuts that you got to take off. Now the only snap-on tool that I own is this little socket. Because it's so skinny that it'll reach in there. And guys that work on these things, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this socket goes right in there. So now I'm going to take and pull this off, undo these. Here comes the second one. And then it's a little bit stubborn that when it comes off, because there's a little return that it has to go on right there. So it makes it a little bit stubborn to pull off, but just pull on it and it'll come right off. Okay, that's out of the way. We got a fuel line up here. You see that? I usually just take a screwdriver, get in there, pull that off. The second one is going to be back behind. So slide the carburetor out like this. And now you'll be able to get to it down here. Same thing. Get a screwdriver and pop it off. There's the old carburetor.
Are you putting on new?
See? Get rid of that. So here we go. Here's the new one. Remember how it was orientated? That this piece right here has got to be facing forward. Okay? So we're going to take like this. Do it in the reverse. I want to take. It's hard to work around this camera, but we're going to make this happen. This one goes right there. Push that on. Now we're going to take and set up the carburetor on there. We're going to put this fuel line on. Get that in there really good. Okay, there's that. That's all set up. Let's see, right down over here. Let's see, here's the cover. Doggone it, I'm missing a gasket here. Where did I set that? Anyways, we're gonna put it back on there. We'll make it run. Okay, so like this piece goes back on here like this, making sure that that part gets lined up. Just push it in. Now we're coming back with the 8mm nuts. I'm going to screw that in there. I'm going to put the other one on. I have no idea total time what this is going to be, but it's really not that terribly difficult. I didn't mess with the jets or anything. This carburetor came right straight out of the box. So while you can see, it's still got gas in there. Let's prime this, see if we're getting fuel. You can see up here in the bowl. I hope you can. Yeah, just a few primes, and it's already got it. It's got fuel up there. So here we go. Carburetor linkage. Back up to the throttle. This goes right in the hole. Give it a twist. We can see up here. Squeeze that trigger just a little bit. Set that up. Now, here's what I do. Just while I'm messing around with the rest of it, I'll take it, I'll put that boot on there just to keep this. See how it has to go underneath that piece of plastic? That boot will hold it in place while I'm getting ready to take and put everything else back on here. It goes like this. There's the air cleaner back on. Here is the cover. Like I said, guys, we're just doing this in reverse of the way that we took it apart. There's that. I'm going to take and get this handle. Now, up in here, there's that little piece up here. You got to make sure that's going to line up with this little dog down in here. So when you get it, trying to get it lined up like this, wiggle this throttle holder until it just pulls right up together. There's that. Okay. Get these screws all started. There's one. Whoa, we almost lost her. Here's two. There's a third one. Some of this is going to be out of your view, but it is what it is, guys. And then here's the fourth one. So now I'm going to take, when I put things together, I do not use an impact wrench, because one little slip of that trigger, and it's just usually these screws with pretty aggressive threads, like they're going to strip out that plastic, and that's a problem that you just created for yourself. So there we go. We'll get a few of these in here. Make sure that trigger is still working. Alright, there's that. Now I can go from lefty back over to a right hand. Make sure it's still working. It's on and off. There we go. That's the second screw. Here comes the third screw. Put that in there. I know this is exciting stuff to be watching yet. And here's the fourth. Okay. Now that the handle is put back on, it's going to hold the throttle linkage so it won't pop off. I can now undo this in order to take and put the shroud on. Here comes the shroud. You can still see. I'm going to try to reset this camera to give you guys a little bit better shot. Here we go. So now this one comes back here. Hold that spark plug lead out of the way. And there we go. That's in position. Spark plug back on. We got 3 bolts right here. Same T25. The dog is barking because somebody just pulled up. There's one. Hey, leave it. Here is the second bolt that goes in. And one more. And the third bolt, the screw goes right here. These are all T25s, guys. So we already primed it. This is live as it happens. Let's see if this carburetor is going to do its job right out of the box. Okay. I'm going to move this over here a little bit. And let's see what happens. Set the choke. Whoops, gotta make a little room. Set the choke, and let's see what happens. Well, she's a runner. Probably take a little bit of fine tuning, but set that choke. We'll let it warm up and then do some fine tuner on it, but she's a runner. And that's how you do it, guys. I'm out.